Good evening, everybody, and thank you for joining us again over here at Palmetto Racing Network for another action-packed evening of racing here, coming to you live from Darlington, South Carolina, Darlington Raceway for 50 exciting laps tonight from the Palmetto Racing League Truck Series here. Should be another interesting evening of racing. Hopefully we stay green flag racing here. I don't think we'll see many green flag pit stops tonight. Probably will all either be done under caution, as we do know Darlington is prone for cautions here. Tricky track to run for sure, no doubt. Gonna see some interesting flops tonight, as most drivers typically tend to run inside lanes. Darlington is not a track that you can do that at. That shoulder is not your friend here tonight, so be interesting to see how some of these drivers fare out tonight. Let's go ahead and get our race info screen up real quick. All right, there you see it up on the screen. Just over 1.3 miles here at Darlington. A track temp of about 66 degrees out there. Actual temperatures about 68. So track seems to be holding temperature pretty well. That'll help these drivers tonight keep some grip on the tires and see what happens with that. A little bit of wind tonight, not too bad. Looked a little questionable to start with at the start of practice this evening. Kind of looked like we were going to get some rain there at one point, but so far so good. We'll see how that continues to fare out here. We'll go ahead and take some of this info off of the screens and take a look at some of the drivers currently out on track there. We see the 05 of Chantel Pottle currently out there getting her qualifying laps in, as we have now begun qualifying. Look to see what she can do here tonight at the track. Also go ahead and throw up our track map up real quick there. Oh, as she gets a little sideways, sounds like she might have blown a motor also. We will see probably a lot of that tonight. Folks losing control. Looked like she might have got a little bit of a piece of the apron there, and as I mentioned earlier, the shoulder is not your friend here tonight. You want to run the outside line as close to the wall as you can to avoid things like that and possibly having a spin out there. See, she got a little loose there coming out of pit exit. Pit entry here at this track is also a bit tricky. You have to slow down early in the right where she passed through there. You saw the yellow lines as she gets loose again and makes contact with the wall for a second time. It's going to be hard for these drivers to get a grip on those turns tonight. They are a bit tricky. We are not exaggerating when we say that here. And like she's starting to get a bit frustrated here this evening. Can't quite get the angle just right coming out of that turn. Let's see if she can nail it down this time here. About where she's running is about where you want to be at for the duration of the night tonight. You want to be as close to the outside there as possible. Something about that middle lane there just doesn't seem to fare well. It usually almost feels like at times it's throwing you out to the wall. You can get away with it typically if you're not as heavy in the throttle, but it still gets to be a bit tricky there. Looks like she is able to pull this lap off this time with no issues there. Well, let's go ahead while we're thinking about it here. Let's take all that stuff off the screen currently. Let's go ahead and have a look at our current point standings here. As we see, the 05 of Chantel Pottle is leading still currently with 755 points there. The 2 of Aaron Vogt currently in second in the season standings with 724. Joshua Fix with 665 in third. Brett Thompson now taking over that fourth place position from Matthew Corley with 468. Matthew Corley now in fifth with 449. Chris Shriver with 429. Andrew Ziegler with apologies, I do think that tried to pull a fast one on us there. I apologize. Andrew Ziegler currently in seventh here with 394.
Good luck, everybody.
Let's go ahead and get everything off the screen here now as our drivers are currently getting gridded up here.
Good luck.
Take a look at our starting grid real quick. Looks like the point system there is going to give us a fit again. Let's empty everything off of the screen here. Do apologize. It is being a bit difficult with us. Do apologize, we lost the grid information there, but that's all right. You pretty much see the grid order there. The 33 of Brandon Mears starting out in first tonight with Stephen Gall in the 25 in second. Get that track map up for you here as we are about to get green and underway for 50 exciting laps here at Darlington Raceway. A little bit haziness looking in the air there from the view of the camera. Pace truck is off and they are going green this time around. There's our restart line. And they are off. Oh, the 9 of Austin Ziegler getting sideways there, and the 11 of Ricky catching the rear of his car there as he loses it a bit. Let's take a look at that one more time here, just as we got going green in this one. Take a look in slow-mo here as we see the 9 there kind of holding his lane a bit. The 25 kind of dragging the wall, but he loses it just a bit there. The 11 of Ricky with nowhere to go. Getting into the back of him a little bit there and causing a spin out. The 4 of Chris Mulkerin might have just, and the 05 of Chantel Potto might have just grazed the 9 there on the spin out. Jeez. Not what you want to have happen at the start of the race here, and that will be our first caution of the evening. I believe our operator on the timing tower there is a bit drunk. Seems he is one caution ahead of us. He seems to think this is the second caution of the evening. It is definitely the first. Need to find out what he's drinking on. I might need me some. So barely a lap in here and already the first caution is underway. So we take a look at the 83 of Joshua Fix there. 25 of Stephen Gall, Brandon Mear in the 33, still in first place here. Leaderboard changing around quite a bit here. A couple of drivers having to go in and pit. The 4 of Christopher Mulkerin heading in, the 11 of Ricky heading in, and the 9 of Austin Ziegler all heading into pits. Brandon, thank you for joining us this evening. Hope you're enjoying the action that is already unfolding here at Darlington Raceway this evening. 3 drivers currently in pits here after this caution.
Austin, I don't know if you were trying to say something or not, bud, but we couldn't hear you.
Okay, sorry. I'll take the ELO.
So the 9 of Austin Ziegler there claiming the caution for this one. Getting a little loose there on lap 1.
Appreciate you.
Letting race control know there he will take the EOL for that one. Looks like the 12 of Andrew Ziegler going to go ahead and dive down. Not exactly sure what happened there with him. Thought for a second there he may have been trying to enter pit lane. But it definitely does not appear that way. Making some contact with the wall there. Drivers back out on track now. Everybody's double file and ready to go. Should be getting ready for the pace car to come off this time around, as we do not see his caution lights on. So we should be about to go back green here, and he is off as we look to get this one back underway. 4 laps down from 50 now. So we see the 05 of Chantel Pottle there. Looks like she may have gotten a good grip on the track here. The 27 of Aaron Martin there is currently in 5th.
Chris, I'm sorry, bud.
Oh, Boyd there in the 001.
No, you're all good. That's me, man.
Oh, and the 05 of Chantel Pottle gets sideways there before making contact with the wall. Looks very similar to what she had happen in qualifying there. Let's take a look there back at that one more time. It's about the same area in the turn here where she broke loose in qualifying earlier. Looks like the same issue may have happened again there. Good miss by the 27 of Aaron Martin. She definitely just got loose coming out of the turn, straight into the wall. Don't know if that was enough to trigger a caution. But we will find out. So far, we are still green flag racing in this one. Lap 6 of 50 now. So we take a look at the 001 of Mr. Doyle Boyd. The 4 of Christopher Mulker in there making his pass on the outside. The outside is going to be the way to go tonight for sure. You will definitely see quickly the drivers that are not comfortable racing on the outside, don't like being close to that wall. They're going to have to get really familiar with it here tonight if they plan to be successful and fast here. All of the fastest times from practices and qualifying have come from that outside line, with drivers running roughly between, well, we've seen some of the faster times around 29.2, 29.3. Average is about 29.5 to 29.7. So all the success coming from that outside line there, as you see most of the drivers hugging it. A little bit of wall scrapage there from the 27 of Aaron Martin, currently running 5th. 8 laps down now. No caution after the 05 of Chantel Pottle. Lost control of the truck there. She is trying to make her way back up to the pack. As you take a look at the track map up there at the top right. Oh, the 27 of Aaron Martin getting all of the outside there to the point of a little bit of scrapage going on. 9 of Austin Ziegler currently trying to get himself caught up. Lots of drivers earning that Darlington stripe tonight. Will be a halfway stage at the completion of lap 25. Give these drivers a chance to come in, take some fuel, maybe some tires, depending on how bad the tire wear is. Darlington is known to eat tires up, especially if you are not running that outside line effectively. You will find it out really quick with those tires. It'll be the first sign that shows up. And we have a caution out now. Let's take a look at our event log here and see. It looks like it's involving the 11 of Ricky DeRozier there making contact with the wall. Looks like he may have lost control there. Let's back that up a little bit. See if we can see just a few more seconds. Well, a little bit of contact there with the 27 may have been the issue there. Let's go to our far chase camera. See if we can't get a better indication here of what happened. You see the 11 and the 27 there. Everything's going smooth up until this point. Looks like the 27 comes down some, with the 11 coming up a bit, getting thrown toward the wall there. And the 27 made some contact with the wall before catching the quarter panel of the 11 of Ricky DeRozier. Definitely an unfortunate event there for sure. Not what you want to have happen at all. Pay no mind to the tower again. It says fourth caution. This is only the second caution. Time and tower is way ahead of its time tonight for whatever reason. That's all right though. We won't hold it against them. I'll keep you up to date with where we're at.
I know you said it earlier. We do have a halfway stage, right?
Yes, sir. Completion of lap 25.
So that was the 25 of Stephen Gall there, double checking with race control that there will be a halfway stage. Trying to effectively plan out that pit strategy tonight. That is the one positive side about being at Darlington. The cautions never take that long because the track is only 1.3 miles in configuration length. Interesting start to the race already. So far, so good, though. Running pretty smooth.
Josh, I can't remember if you told me this before or not, but do we have lane choice on the front row?
Nah, bud, I'm sorry. It's whichever iRacing tells you to get to.
All right, I forget because I'm in like 82 leagues.
No worries at all, brother.
Brandon Muir in the 33 there, double checking with race control to see if he has lane choice here tonight at Darlington. Lane choice is not something the league has experimented with too much, I will say. Usually these guys just go wherever iRacing tells them to go. So looks like in his case here, he will be taking it on the inside here as the 25 of Stephen Gall is right to his outside in second place here. Pace truck should be getting ready to come off this time around and get us back to some green flag racing. We'll see how long these guys can hold on to it. See if we can at least make it to the halfway stage here. Always some tricky racing at Darlington. Definitely, the track has definitely earned its name for the track too tough to tame. This is not a track that you want to go all week without practicing and then try to come out here and run a race. I can promise you won't be very successful. And the pace truck is off and we are going back green this time as soon as the drivers get to the restart zone here on the 33 of Brandon Muir. And they are off. A couple of drivers missing in action tonight. Take a second here and give them a shout out. The 2 of Aaron Vogt had to take a provisional. And also missing in action tonight, the 95 of Matthew Corley. A bit of schedule constraints for these guys. We're not able to make it, unfortunately. We'll hopefully see them back in action next week as the Truck Series heads on to take on Martinsville for some more short track racing. Martinsville has truck drivers have driven Martinsville earlier on in the season here, so it'll be interesting to see them return back to that. Martinsville is another tricky track because it is so short. These trucks do have so much horsepower, and it is not one of those tracks that you can go wide open in the entire time. You really don't have a chance to get wide open at all, honestly. It's definitely going to come down to control and tire wear. Pit strategies playing a factor as well. It will be a little different this time around, though, as the trucks are running with 50% fuel capacity. So, whereas before they ran with 30, so they will get some more laps on a tank of fuel, which I'm sure that they will appreciate. As we see the 4 of Christopher Mulker in there, currently in third, trying to gain on the 25 of Stephen Gall, who is trying to gain on the 33 of Brandon Muir. So several battles going on here. A little bit of a gap between the 4 of Christopher Mulker and the 9 of Austin Ziegler there. "17 laps complete now. Halfway stage coming up at the completion of lap 25. A little bit of foggy lookingness going on there from the track. Looks like it's about time for somebody to turn the lights on out here. Track's a little dark looking. Let's take a look at some of our drivers here toward the back. See the 001 of Mr. Doyle Boyd there. 27 of Aaron Martin, currently in 6th position. The 83 of Joshua Fix coming out of the turn now.
I'm obviously on old tires.
Darlington's always one of those fun tracks because these guys tend to run the a official throwback schemes there as we saw the 83 of Joshua Fix. Did appear that the we can get a look at that one more time, but it did appear that he's running the looks like the old paint scheme of
I gave you the lane. I even let off early because I figured you're on new tires. You'd go right by.
I'm not on new tires.
appears the old paint scheme of Fireball Roberts from back in the day, famous NASCAR driver. Got his nickname from a fastball pitch at playing some baseball. Did a pretty spot on job nailing the scheme there as we take a look here now with the 4 of Christopher Mulker and trying to gain on the 33 of Brandon Meir here. Done made it past the 25 of Stephen Gall. Sounded like this 25 of Stephen Gall and someone else had a little bit of an incident earlier. Not entirely sure what happened. I don't see anything in the incident log, so it must not have been anything too severe. Both drivers trying to duke it out now. Got that battle for first place. Christopher Mulkerin and Brandon Meir both running that outside line pretty effectively there. A little bit of room to work with between them and the wall as the 4 of Christopher Mulkerin tries to shoot down to the inside. Looks like he quickly rethinks that decision though. Just trying to keep the gap ever so close. Looked like a little bit of wash up there, but the 4 was able to hang on to it and keep it steady. Created a little bit of a gap there between him and the 33 of Brandon Meir, but don't think it'll be enough for anything major there. So we now see the 9 of Austin Ziegler has started to try and close his gap up a little bit here as the 33 of Brandon Meir diving down toward the inside a bit there, and we have reached our halfway stage here. This is
I didn't want to try to tap it. It was too risky.
this is only the 3rd caution.
No worries. Good battle there.
I know the timing tower there says
Sorry,
5th, but
25,
this
yeah,
is the 3rd caution of the evening here, the halfway stage
I got under you. and I
at
was
the
like, oh, no,
completion
if I
of
keep
lap
going, I'm gonna keep
25.
running the wall. I saw you get down there, so I moved up a little bit, and I think it caught you off guard.
Drivers going ahead and
Yeah, it definitely
making
made me feel tighter than what. I thought
their
it was.
way to pit lane here. Looks like everyone is coming in so far. Probably going to take some tires here. Pit crews getting to work there as you hear the air impact wrenches going off. And let's see who comes out on top here with the battle off pit road. The 33 of Brandon Meir, first one out here. 25 of Stephen Gall right behind him. 9 of Austin Ziegler also making it out. The 12 of Andrew Ziegler there, who's going to try and shoot around the 9 of Austin Ziegler.
Turn 3.
A little bit of family competition there. As just about everyone is coming off of pit road now except for the 05 of Chantel Pottle. Staying in a bit longer than everyone else. May have taken some damage there. I'm sure after the incident in the beginning and impact with the wall, she most likely had to use that fast repair, so she's spending a few extra seconds in the pits there to try and get some of the damage that she may have going on repaired. It's the 9 of Austin Ziegler there behind the 83 of Joshua Fix. Been spending a good deal of time up there this evening, even after the little bit of a spin out he had at the beginning of the race. Lap 1 has been, for the most part, a good deal of time up front tonight. Some of these drivers must have had a really good pit strategy here. As the 83 of Joshua Fix now currently in 5th place, apologies. The Timon Tower cannot make up its mind here. And the pace truck is off, and these guys will be going green through the restart zone here this time around. They are off. 22 laps to go in this one now. Not a bad time to go back green. A little bit of wall contact there with the 05 of Chantel Pottle. Looks like she was able to hang on to it, though. So we see the 12 of Andrew Ziegler there currently in 3rd place, with the 25 of Stephen Gall up in 2nd, and Brandon Muir in the 33 still holding down 1st place there. $21 laps to go in this one. As we see, the track lights are now on. Should help calm down some of the dusty situation out there on track tonight. The 001 of Mr. Doyle Boyd there currently in 5th place. The 05 of Chantel Pottle right there behind him in 6th. So we jump back up front now, taking a look at our leader currently, the 33 of Brandon Muir. The 25 of Stephen Gall, not far behind him there. Brandon Muir has already won several of the races this season, even though he has come in kind of late. Been making a name for himself here in this league with several wins already. He's definitely been a force to be reckoned with out on these tracks for sure. A little bit of wall scrapage there going on from him, but no harm, no foul there. As he enters the turn here, it will be just 17 laps to go this time through the checkered here. Nice control and composure coming through. 17 now. Let's take you up front with the 25 of Stephen Gall. Kind of give you an idea of what he's looking like here as we take a view from his cockpit. See these drivers just on the wall there. I mean, literally maybe an arm's hair worth of distance between that truck and the wall. Looks like we got a.
iRacing, don't throw it. I think it's because it's toward the back.
Looks like we may have had a incident here. Let's take a look back and watch our instant replay here. Looks like maybe possibly the 9 of Austin Ziegler here Getting into a little bit of trouble with the 05 of Chantel Pottle. Let's take a look at that one more time from a different view here. I don't believe the TV view there did it any justice. Slow that down some and see what happened. They're both entering the turn here with the 05 of Chantel Pottle right behind the 9 of Austin Ziegler there. Looks like maybe a little bit of contact after a slight spin out there by the 9 of Austin Ziegler. And some wall contact.
No yellow for that one?
16
Out of
laps
iRacing
to go in
forward,
this
I
one.
think it says it toward the back.
No caution for that incident there involving the 9 of Austin Ziegler. Most likely due to drivers being out of the way and it happening far enough back at the back of the pack there. Just 14 to go in this one now. Let's jump back up front with our leader, the 33 of Brandon Meir. Currently still running a decent gap there between himself and the 25 of Stephen Gall. With now the possibility of lapping the 9 of Austin Ziegler here.
Thank you.
A pretty dominant lead here from the 33 of Brandon Meir. Stephen Gall with about a second's worth of a gap between himself and the 33 here. Just 11 laps to go in this one now. Let's do some more cab riding while we're at it. Right up front with the number 4 of Christopher Mulkerin here, currently in 6th. Doing his best to try and gain on the 001 of Mr. Doyle Boyd, who's currently in 5th now. The 4 of Christopher Mulkerin earning his stripe here tonight as the 05 of Chantel Pottle comes around on the inside. Going to try to make a pass on him here. Excellent control there by the 4 of Christopher Mulkeren. Oh, and the 4 of Christopher Mulkeren has a spin out there.
44, I got up in that wall pretty hard.
Let's go back and take a look at that. Rewind that just a bit here. As we check out the instant replay, we see the 4 and the 05 of Chantel Pottle. A little bit of contact from the 05 there up against the wall just a bit. And some more contact there, trying to get control back of the truck. Looks like the 4 of Christopher Mulkeren gets a little loose as well, creating some friction contact there between him and the 05 before hitting the wall.
Story 4, I got up in that wall pretty hard.
Eight laps to go in this one now. So we take a look here at the 12 of Andrew Ziegler, currently in 3rd place now, with about a 4-second gap between himself and the 33 of Brandon Muir. 25 of Stephen Gall. 2 drivers now a lap down. Christopher Mulkeren in the 4 and the 9 of Austin Ziegler, currently a lap down now. It's 7 to go here. No caution as we are still green flag racing. Let's jump back up front with our current leader here. Only 5 laps remaining now. Final 5 laps. Be interesting to see where this one puts everyone tonight, as these guys get ready for Martinsville next weekend. Should be another exciting race. Probably going to be a bit caution riddled, as it usually is with short track racing and this much horsepower. And also just want to remind everyone that Street Stock Series does not have a race this week. Those guys are having an off week. And it's about time for us to start talking playoff talk here with the Street Stock Series. They will come back week after next with a first race at right here at Darlington again. So we'll get to see some more action at Darlington. Not next Wednesday, but the following Wednesday when they come back. Three laps to go in this one now. And this one is all but over. The track is a bit spread out here with the 25 of Stephen Gall now taking over the 12 of Andrew Ziegler, who now has about a 7-second gap from the leader there. Stephen Gall with only a 2-second gap between himself and the 33 of Brandon Muir. And it looks like the 33 tonight will be looking to add another win under his belt this time around. And as he exits the turn this time through, we will be on our white flag lap here. Final lap of the race. Looks like it is going to be pretty smooth sailing here for the 33 of Brandon Muir with yet another win here in the Truck Series at Palmetto Racing League.
Good one.
Excellent
Thank you.
win tonight here from the 33 of Brandon Muir. Gonna go ahead and take his victory donuts here on the track. Little nod of respect there from the 25 of Stephen Gall. Go ahead and get our results up on the screen. The 33 of Brandon Muir taking the win here tonight. Stephen Gall finishing in second. Andrew Ziegler in third. Aaron Martin in fourth. Mr. Doyle Boyd in fifth. Chantel Pottle in the 05 and sixth. Joshua Fix finishing seventh. Christopher Mulkerin in eighth. Austin Ziegler in ninth. And Ricky DeRozier in 10th place tonight. So a little bit of an early end to the 11s race tonight, but overall, extremely good racing out there. As that 33 is out there getting those well-earned donuts in after another satisfactory race here tonight at Darlington Raceway. Let's go ahead and see how the points have changed up after this one. Chantel Pottle now sitting at 786 points in first place. Aaron Vogt, who had to take a provisional tonight, now at 750 with 26 points from tonight's race. Joshua Fix now at 695. Brent Thompson in 468 in fourth. Matthew Corley still in fifth here with 449 points. Chris Shriver with 429. Andrew Ziegler with 428. Doyle Boyd with 382. Austin Ziegler in ninth here, 343 points. And Ricky DeRozier in 10th with 312. So another hard-fought win here tonight from the 33 of Brandon Muir. But overall, really great race. We hope you guys enjoyed the broadcast this evening and the action from Darlington Raceway here in Darlington, South Carolina. Thank you for joining us again. As always, if you're enjoying the content and the broadcast that we bring to you, be sure to like and subscribe so you can keep up with all the content coming up as it becomes available. And we hope to see you next Saturday as the Truck Series heads out to Martinsville for some more short track action. Y'all enjoy your evening, and we'll see you then.